There are days that arrive with a heaviness you didn't invite. Nothing dramatic, nothing catastrophic, just a quiet weight that settles over you before you even get out of bed. On those days, the world feels far away. Your thoughts feel slow. Your motivation is somewhere you can't reach. You do the basics because life still asks for them. Kids need dropping off. Work needs answering. Food has to happen. So you move through it almost like you're watching yourself from a small distance. Present, but not fully here. And when the essentials are done, you retreat. Not because you're lazy or avoiding life, but because your system feels overloaded and you're trying to come back to yourself in the only way you can manage right now. It's not productive. It's not impressive. It's not the version of you you're proud of. It's just the truth of that day. Here's what I've realized about days like these. They aren't failures. They aren't proof that you haven't grown. They aren't the unraveling of your progress. They are the bill coming due for years of pushing through, coping, carrying, absorbing, enduring. After a long stretch of holding yourself together, something inside occasionally says, "No more for today. I need a moment. I'm overwhelmed." And the way you move through those days is not a flaw. It's your nervous system trying to regulate, to stabilize, to find some kind of equilibrium again. The real harm doesn't come from the slowing down. It comes from the commentary running underneath it. You're wasting time. You should be stronger than this. This is why you're behind. This is why nothing changes. That voice can crush you faster than the exhaustion itself. Shame turns a tired day into a dangerous one. Here's the shift I've been learning. These days are not the opposite of self-care. They are a form of self-care. The version that arrives when you haven't chosen rest, but rest chooses you. It's the body calling time out. It's the mind lowering the volume on everything because it's reached its threshold. It's your inner world saying, "I'm not breaking, I'm trying to heal." And when you stop fighting the day, when you stop judging it, when you allow yourself to move through it gently, you actually recover faster. You come back clearer. You come back more grounded. You come back yourself. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed space for what was real. So what does self-care actually look like on those days? Honestly, sometimes it looks like nothing you'd recognize as self-care. No walk, no meditation, no productive hour on the thing that matters to you. Sometimes it just looks like getting through it, doing the necessary things without falling apart, and choosing, even once, not to turn the day into a verdict on your character. Because here's what I've started to understand about those heavy days. Sometimes they're not just hard days. Sometimes a hard week isn't just a hard week. Sometimes what looks from the outside like falling apart is actually something shifting underneath the surface. Something old being shed. Something that no longer serves you, finally loosening its grip. The darkness isn't always failure. Sometimes it's the pressure that comes just before something moves. Now I know that's almost impossible to hold on to when you're in it. When you're moving through your day on autopilot, wishing your life felt different, it doesn't feel like transformation. It just feels like another day you didn't show up the way you wanted to. But maybe, and I'm still learning to believe this myself, maybe you're in this for a reason. Maybe the thing that's making you stop is the same thing that's trying to make you well. And the most radical act of self-care on those days isn't forcing yourself back to your feet. It's being just a little more understanding with yourself about why you're on the floor. Tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after that, something will shift just enough. A quiet voice will say, "Nah, go today." And you'll go. Not because you fixed anything, but because something in you is still reaching, still refusing to give up on the life you know is possible. Even on the days when all you managed was getting through. That counts, more than you know. What does your lowest version of a day look like? Not the inspirational version, the real one. Drop it in the comments if you feel like it. You might be surprised how many people are sitting with exactly the same thing. Next episode, we're going to talk about something that sounds simple, but is actually one of the hardest things there is. How to actually listen to yourself. Not the noise, not the fear, not what everyone else needs from you. Just what you actually need, what you actually feel, what you actually want. This is AfroSage.